Hello everybody, this is turn 19 of Vanheim. Probably doesn't sync up to the number of the video, that's fine, don't worry about it. We found two magic sites in the same province, an oasis, very good, water gem, and then a brigand lair, not good, that produces villains and unrest, I believe. Marignon continuing to raise my unrest. So this is just Agartha taking back the provinces from me, the one PD that I had in these provinces. But there's just like one PD here, you know. Nothing that's seriously. Oh wait. So if you're curious what happened, you may have missed it. The lone lion tribe archer with the shot of his life stuck this old man in the body for 10 points of damage and killed him in one shot. So because there was no mage, the foolish statues are merely rendered inert, as they are magic beings and they demand control via a magician. So they just kind of stood around and died. I did not intend for a lone lion tribe archer to slay this golem crafter, but against my enemy ally Agartha, you know, I basically said to the player like, oh, haha, sorry about that. But at the same time, I mean, if nothing else, that's just kind of shitty luck, you know. There's like, what can you realistically do about that? Like, put the attentive statues down in front. I mean, I think they're sacred, aren't they? No, they're not sacred. All right, I don't know. I mean, that was just bad luck. Whatever. And you know, he took back the other province without much ado. So this is me pinging the underwater throne. So we got some stuff, just some guys in front, but really the scary stuff is this guy. Water 1, 3 water gems. Not a big deal. Don't care about that. Water 1, don't care. Water 1, don't care. And you are also water 1. So all these guys are going to be able to boost themselves to level 2 and then cast, like, I don't know, like small water elementals or whatever. Anyway, it doesn't seem super hard. It's a lot of Shark Tribe, but it's not going to be too difficult. Yeah, I don't want to watch this. This is just my mercenary. These war shamblers have done so much for me. They've taken so many provinces. Someone said in like a comment, like I should have paid 500 for these guys. 100% correct. Yes, these units are really good. This mercenary company is very good. Like the amount of wealth I've generated off of them alone. Like, yes, I have to keep paying for them, but they just keep taking stuff for me, you know? See the two brave Ettins. Are they both armed with ice swords? The heck? No, just one guy. He must have taken it off of a frog, off of a dead frog. It's for 32 damage. Look at this! Look at these powerful magic spells: Moss Skin, Stone Shard, Strength of Giants. Can't cast any of that in a Vanheim. Instead, I'm researching enchantment. Here's Abyssia assaulting another massive PD dump from Micklin. Huge PD dump, super expensive, with the same like elite army. Yeah, and Abyssia is able to win that one pretty convincingly. Yeah, 32, another, like, yeah, 32 province defense, and all these Eagle Warriors are dead. And Abyssia lost almost nothing. He lost, like, one turn of capital recruitment, lost some infantry, whatever, and one militia. This was an amazing victory for Abyssia. This is incredibly good. I mean, look at how much work these lava warriors did. This is what, you know, like PD dumps sometimes work, but sometimes they're just, you know, they can't push through. Like these things are 21 protection. That's a really tall order for independence to punch through. And here's Marignon attacking Ind again. No miracle snipes this time. Just wait, what? 3 knights died? Oh, they must have Undying, don't they? This poor guy's got a limp. Do they have Undying? No. Eh? Wait, what killed them? Ah, I see. Yeah, cast Holy Word. So after the clerical unit dies, if they cast the spell, then they shoot out a bunch of damaging bolts to all the units around them. So actually not a great... That was a pretty bad victory for Marignon. And here, we actually get to see Jotunheim attacking Xibalba. It's his pretender, even. It's the keeper of the bridge. And it's regenerating giants, because, of course, it's always regenerating giants. But, look, 112 HP. Pretty good. Giant row of giants. It's even got some of the regenerating guys. And he's regenerating, too. With a 20% regen? Holy moly. Wow, 25 protection. Yeah, that's a powerful little tool there. Not very good at hitting stuff though with his broadsword, but still like super difficult to actually injure. Yeah, I don't think the Pretender actually killed anything really. Yeah, it killed like 2 guys, but it's not like the Keeper of the Bridge realistically could have been defeated by this force here. And we had a few bad events that happened. Yeah, just kind of crummy. We finished a couple palisades, but now we're building the lab, building nothing. What am I recruiting? I'm recruiting Huskarls because I'm sitting over here coping, like, oh, I wish I could make more mages. Why can't I make more mages? Took this province, and I'm going to move over here and take this stuff. So Pythium actually moved his army back towards Agartha. So I think because of my earlier whining, obnoxious, like irritated boomer whinging over here at like 219, like no, get away from my lands. Like, what are you doing? Why are you attacking me? But, you know, actually, he's not attacking me. He's just trying to get home. And he's like, okay, sorry, you're like such a whiner. And I'm, you know, then he retreats his army back. And I'm like, you're a pathetic coward. You're such a traitor. Wham. You know, I'm continuing to whine and be annoying. He's like, okay, you know what? I mean, I want you as an ally, Vanheim. I don't want you to be my enemy, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna attack Agartha, and he's actually going to do it. Oh my god, he's actually going to do it. Even though, I'm like, I'm here with Agartha saying like, hey Agartha, I'm just gonna help you kill Pythium. And you know what? That's actually what I'm doing. I'm sneaking my units around in Pythium's land, getting ready to take his land. And you know what's the best part about it? Is I even got to steal some shit from Agartha, and he can't take it back because Pythium's big dumb army is in the way blocking it, so he can't. It's like, so far, to recap, I've bullied my way into taking 2 provinces, and then I diplomanced my way into taking 2 more provinces. So far, I've lost nothing. I haven't lost a single unit. I mean, I've lost like mage turns, I guess. Pythium has lost a ton of mage turns, walking his army back and forth, doing nothing. He's taken 1 province and taken pretty substantial casualties in 1 battle. Agartha has lost a ton of land, and also taken some casualties in this conflict, presumably, and is about to take more, and is now in a fight for his life. So what's kind of going wrong here is like, let's say Pythium, regardless of who wins this upcoming battle between these two players, whoever wins this battle is not really going to see any spoils come from it. There's not really going to be an immediate like gem or income boost that the player is going to get as a result of this conflict. So it's more like if you engage in a war against another player like this, you're really playing for a long game, right? Because you want to take their capital, you want to take the valuable magical sites that are always in a player's capital. Like I have these two, for example. Every capital has valuable magical sites like that. But I'm, in this triple nation war, the only person who's winning is me. Pythium is losing. Agartha is losing. Neither of them are actually getting anything. I'm just getting stuff. And I've lost nothing. So it's, it's difficult. It's definitely, yeah, it's difficult. I mean, especially if you take, like, demoralizing shit like this, where your mage just gets sniped for just, like, off of extremely bad luck. But I'm not in the head of these players. I don't know what their plans are, what they're doing, or even what their experience level is. And all I can comment on is what I know. And probably the war at this point from both players against one another is a mistake and should not keep happening. Yeah, that's just my interpretation of events. But I don't know, maybe I'm just really good at doing diplomacy with other players. I mean, it's not like I'm not trying to. I'm actually not really lying to either player. Like, I've not ever told I've not told Pythium at this point, oh yeah, I can see you moved your army back. I'm back with you, man. Like, I'm 100% on your side. No, the last thing I told Pythium is that he's a traitor and that, he's going to get his comeuppance. I didn't, like, turn back around and say, oh, well, wow, I can't believe you did that for me. I think it's just radio silence at this point. But I am telling Agartha, like, hey, I'm sorry, this horrible bad luck happened. I'm not raising the PD. It's still PD1 in all of the provinces I took from you, including these. You can take them back whenever you want. I'm not going to resist you at all. I'm going to move to take Pythium stuff. And that's all true. I am moving to do that. I'm not lying to the other player. Is there anything else going on? Abyssia is kind of like a curb stomping Micklin, I guess. I mean, I guess it's sort of a similar situation over here between these two players, where, yeah, Abyssia has, Micklin started the war really good. Like, he started the war, got a bunch of gold, probably gems too, from all that clay he snatched, and now it's all gone. And he's taken some pretty bad losses, but at the same time, he still has all of his territory. He still has all of his forts. He's still building more mages. He's still building more troops. He actually took land this turn. He took this independent province, and he's decently sized. He's got actually a lot of flags over here. I don't think he's anywhere near like the biggest in the game, but it's definitely it's a real threat with 3 forts too. This is pretty sizable compared to Abyssia, who only has 1 fort. So like, both players are just going to end up kind of in like this grindy match if it keeps going like this, where Abyssia is winning battles, but he has to siege down 3 forts with a army that can't really siege forts, Like, this is a tiny little squad of, it's elite, it's powerful, it's elite, but he doesn't really have the numbers to crack forts. That's a problem with early game wars, is that you have to devote a massive clump of troops to actually break down the walls of a fort. If a player just wants to sit inside, especially their capital, if they just want to sit inside, it's a nightmare to break it, because they just have so much stuff. Like, imagine if all this stuff was on top of Pythium as of this turn, Oh yeah, here's Jotunheim. Over here. It's actually, he's pretty decently pushed out with a fort over here. Seems to me that Jotunheim's actually in a pretty strong position. I think Sabalba owned this last turn, so as far as I can tell, Jotunheim seems to be doing pretty good. Although I know Jotunheim and Vanarus have been engaging in a war for quite some time at this point. Sabalba's actually getting into like Vulture Jotunheim stuff. Although considering Jotunheim's now fighting a two versus one, they'll probably lose. That just kind of tends to be how it goes. Is that it's not necessarily like a coalition war. It's just two players or three players independently fighting each other, and two of them are kind of on the same team. So, is there anything going on over here? No. Nothing really to comment on. What's my research? Still enchantment? Oh, it's still enchantment. God, this is bad. Ooh. God, I wish I wasn't researching enchantment. I'm still making owl quills. I'm trying desperately to cope with my like terrible research. Like, oh, just make owl quills. That'll solve the problem. Still banking 1,000 gold, even though I'm producing all these freaking palisades everywhere. And I'm building a fortress down here. Building a fortress. Wow. Yeah. All right. All right. Definitely should have had a blood economy already started. I've got the ability to make, where are they? It must be in conjurations, surely. Yeah, I mean, I could have researched conjuration too and summoned a pack of wolves, sent them out from this province, ferried them over the frozen river, moved them to, like, down here or wherever, where I'm building a capital, or a palisade. Could have built this earlier instead of this one over here. And then started blood hunting. Because so far, I've made absolutely zero efforts to improve my blood economy at all. I mean, I'm passively getting blood slaves from the slave market, which is pretty nice. I did find this very early, so this is a lot of blood slaves I'm going to generate over the course of a long, grindy match. But, yeah, I probably should have just done that sooner. Anyway, yeah, that's turn 19. We're getting closer to the end of year 1, or maybe year 2, depending on how you feel about it. I mean, Illwinter says year 1. Interesting developments going down. Oh, I'm actually preaching on top of his fort. It's an interesting choice. I'll see you on turn 19. Wait, 19? JK. Turn 20. That's what I meant.